I was finally able to find the Dollar Tree Jenga Tumbling Tower blocks. Loved to craft with these, but I never had the opportunity, could never find them. Finally brought home several boxes, as you can tell, and we are going to start creating some beautiful crafts with them. Now, they come in two different tones, a darker and a lighter tone, and you're going to see me using both of them, sometimes even a mix of them. I'm going to put them in a basket and we're going to start building. We're going to create a frame. Now I'm going to use my ruler square to keep me nice and straight, especially in the corners. And you're going to see how I use that. I'm going to alternate the tones from lighter to darker. I just thought it added nice character. And I really love the way they look together. So here it is. We're just in the corner. I'm just going to use that corner of the square and it worked really well. I'm going to make a rectangle and then I'm going to create a second one around the original rectangle to create a thicker frame and also give it more texture and more of a design. When I got to the corner of the outside frame, I did have to cut a little bit, so I'm just going to mark and then use my miter shears to cut the block. Now it cut perfectly, and I'm just going to attach it with hot glue. I do have these miter shears in my Amazon store, and it is linked down below in the description box. I did use the shears a couple of extra times here in this project, as well as some other ones. So I'm just going to attach this last piece here and look how gorgeous this is looking. I'm going to lightly sand the surface. This is just to smooth things out. Some of the hot glue oozes out and you just want to remove that and making sure that it's as clean as possible. I'm going to take a piece of this foam from Dollar Tree and I'm going to hot glue it on the left bottom corner of the frame. We're going to create kind of like a decorative frame / wreath. And we're going to add some greenery. This is greenery that I had on hand, but you can use any greenery from Dollar Tree that you want or even florals. I'm going to add some going towards the top and then some going sideways at the bottom. Again, you can do whatever you want. You can also add more greenery on the upper right-hand corner and that would be very pretty as well. To cover up the foam, we're just going to add some of this leftover ribbon from Dollar Tree. It's a burlap style, very neutral. We're going to wrap it around, secure it in place with hot glue, and then we're going to add a little pop of color with a beautiful yellow flower from Dollar Tree. We are going to poke a hole because this burlap and then the foam just made it a little hard. So poke a hole, add glue, and then add the flower. I'm going to add a couple of these greenery leaves that I had left over from other picks just to add a pop of color and a different color shade of green. Love, love, love the way this frame turned out. You can paint this frame. You can do whatever you want. The possibilities are endless. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we're going to start with one of these wood slices. I get these on Amazon, but you can find them at different stores, Walmart, wherever you want. I have not seen them at Dollar Tree, at least mine. All right, we're going to start with some of the lighter tone color ones, and we're going to start hot gluing them on top of the wood slice all the way around. When you're picking out a wood slice, just make sure that it's as close to a perfect circle as possible, although it's going to be kind of hard, but just do the best you can. So I'm just going to hot glue them on top as close to each other as possible. Now, I think it looked beautiful in the natural wood tones, but I am going to paint the outside of the blocks. Now, looking back, I would have painted them before I hot glued them because we're just doing the outside of it and the very top. But it's okay, you live and learn. So I'm just going to give it one kind of sloppy coat. I do want it to look a little bit distressed on the outside of each block. I did do the top as well, and we're just going to wrap around some jute string around and around several times once it was dry. Then we're going to make a very simple bow. We're going to keep it simple, but you can use a knot, you can use whatever you want. Now I am going to cut off the excess string, and then I decided to add some greenery because you know I love my greenery. This faux boxwood is from Amazon, and I do have it on my Amazon store. I'm going to cut off the bottom stem that it has, and then just hot glue several of them, 3 to be exact. This is just going to add nice character and texture and a pop of color. You can also add florals if you want. Now I decided to add a candle inside. Now this one is a real candle. Ugh, I ended up not placing this one because I thought this could be a fire hazard. So I'm just going to add one of my battery operated ones from Amazon, and look how gorgeous this looks. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we are going to make a fun craft. We are going to take 5 of the darker tone ones and just hot glue them together in a nice long stick form. That's it. And then we're going to do 4 of these. We're going to create a lantern. Now, I saw one on Pinterest and I was so inspired, and I thought I can totally make that maybe a little bit more different, but I think it turned out so gorgeous. So we're going to make 4 of these first, and then we're going to create a base as well as a top for the lantern. So this is what they look like. Now we're going to take 4 of the darker tones, create 2 shapes of an L, and then hot glue them together. I'm going to create 4 of these because we are making 2 lanterns. Once we have the base and the top nicely glued together, we are going to attach the long parts, one to each corner, just like you see me doing here. Now take your time and make sure you hold it for a few seconds until it hardens, and then add the top portion. And this is what it's looking like. How cute is this? We're going to do the same exact thing, except we're going to make it a little shorter. Instead of 5 blocks, we're going to use 4 blocks for this one. Make 4 of them. Same thing. Just add it to the base and add to the top, and then make sure that everything's securely in place. Just like that. And now we have 2 cute lanterns that look exactly the same, except one is shorter than the other. Now I do want to add some of these felt pads to the bottom. That way it's not going to scratch any surface, and I think it adds a little bit of stability. So I added 1 in each corner, just like that. These are the battery operated faux candles I do have on my Amazon store. I am going to place some batteries, and look how cute this is. It comes with a little remote control, and you turn them on and they actually glow pretty bright. I'm going to place a taller one in the tall lantern and a shorter one in the shorter lantern, and look how gorgeous this looks. Again, you can paint these in whatever color you want, but I'd love to know what you think of this one. Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we are making coasters. Now, I'm only going to make 2 of them, but you can make as many as you need. I'm going to hot glue 2 of the pieces together long ways, and then add 1 in the middle like you see me here. Then we're going to cut a couple of pieces just to add some character. I thought you can just glue them together one next to each other, but I thought let me add a little bit of a design. So I decided to add kind of like that block design. So this is what it looks like. We are going to make 2 of these, and we're going to sand them down again to remove any excess glue. Dust them really, really well to make sure no dust is left behind. And then we're going to take this beautifully designed napkin from Dollar Tree. We're going to remove all the extra plies and just leave the one with the design. I'm going to cut a couple of pieces just so that we have enough to cover each coaster. Again, you can make more if you want. This little glue dispenser is called a glue bot, and it's from Amazon. I love it. I added my Mod Podge here, and you push on it, it really comes up. You can place a little cap right there to hold it, and you just want to push and pour whatever you want. I really love using this for wood glue, and I thought I'd get one for my Mod Podge. I'm just going to brush it into a thin layer just until it kind of disappears on me, and then we're going to place the napkin right on top. Now this one we really want to push down with your hands because we want to be able to get that shape and all that texture from the wood blocks. I did the same thing on the second one, and then I do have a fan right next to my workbench, and I just place them there and they dry in no time. So before I knew it, they were nicely dried, and this is what they look like. We are going to sand down the edges. It's so much easier than using an X-Acto knife. I'm going to sand down in a downward motion, removing the excess napkin. I did the same thing on both of them. And then I'm going to add one layer of Mod Podge. This is the dishwasher safe, and it has more of a glossy finish. This will be perfect because that way if any glass is going to sweat a little bit and be moistured, then that way it's going to be protected. So I'm just going to add again one very thin layer right on top of each coaster, as well as the sides and the bottom, just to make sure it's nicely sealed. Again, I put that down by the fan and let it dry for a few minutes, and I think they turn out gorgeous. I love the design, but you know what I love the most? That texture that you can still see the blocks and the design from the bottom. Let me know what you think of this one. I have another video here for you with tons more of Dollar Tree DIY crafts inspiration. Check it out. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.